Hello everyone and welcome on my blog. So, well, I'm very green when it comes to blogs. It's my first ever blog and I have a lot of things I want to share with you, so that's why I've decided to do this. But yeah, I might have to ask you to be a little bit patient with me, and we'll see how I go. I think I have to still find my style. I want it to be informative and at the same time relaxed and not too serious. But today, for my first blog, I'd like to talk to you about something that is very dear to my heart and actually is very appropriate to today, because it's about procrastination. And I did procrastinate before I started and decided, yeah, I will do a blog. Yeah, I will do various things to actually interact with my community and my tribe. And I think one of the reasons why it took me so long is because I had this idea of what I need to do and how I need to do it, and I was trying to, fit into a mold that was really that was not really me. So after thinking over and over, I decided, well, I don't have any other choice than do it my way, because if I don't do it my way, then it won't be me, and I just can't do that. I can't do that, and plus that's what I tell people, I help people to be themselves, so I can only do myself what I teach. So that means that I'm not going to be doing blog every day or every week even. I'm not too sure yet. I think I'm aiming at blogging every second week and putting some posts out there as well, maybe on Facebook. Again, I won't do it every day because I just don't have the time for that. But today I'd like to talk about procrastination, because I know in life we often put ourselves into some goals and that's it. It stays there and we don't get to do it. We postpone it forever and all that. And really, there are reasons why we do that. And I would like to share with you the results of my research about this, about why we do it and what we can do to help stop procrastinating. So first of all, why are we procrastinating? Well, I feel there are three levels of explanation. A sort of superficial level is that, and that was my case with all the social media, it's that sometimes we have ideas about why we should do it and how we should do it. So we make a decision, but really it's led here. We decide here that we want to do it because we should do it, and then we have ideas of how we should do it, and really that's not enough to make us do things. We need to be driven much more deeply. And in my case, yes, I knew that it's great to do all these things: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, newsletter, blogs, etc., etc. But that was just felt so big that I was just procrastinating forever, until I decided I really, really want to share with people around me the results of my research, my thinking, because I think we could all benefit from it. And I learned a lot through the process, and I just would like to share with you. So then my drive is not here, it's really deep in my heart. And then here I am, I'm doing it. That's the first level. The second level, which is a bit of a slightly deeper level, is when, yes, what we want to do comes from a deeper place in us, but we have forgotten to do what I call our healthy, holistic checkup. What I mean by that is, for us to be really feeling good with a decision, we need that it's actually in line, not just with our heart, but also our heart and our soul, but also with our mind, our logic, our body, our emotional environment, our reality, like all different sorts of levels. For example, we need to have enough physical energy available to do it. We need to find that it's a logical thing to do right now, given, you know, our current conditions. It needs to fit with our reality, if we have the time or if we don't, or many different aspects, our material environment and our human environment as well. It needs to fit with our sensibility, our emotional world, like do we feel comfortable or not with it. And of course, it needs to be in line with our deep beliefs, our aspirations, you know, the meaning of our life and all of that. So really, if there is one of these part of ourselves that is not fully happy with our decision, we will struggle to follow through. And that's when we will start procrastinate. So it might be that we don't have enough energy. It's a fantastic idea, but we're just flat out. We are exhausted at the end of every day, and we don't know how we can, you know, do that bit more in our world. Or it might be that emotionally, well, we're not so comfortable. So in this case, there's things to do, which I'm going to talk in a minute. There can be a third level of explanation for why we procrastinate, and that's a deeper level. These can be linked to unconsciousness, unconscious reasons. For example, unconscious fears to fail, where we feel that if we fail, we're going to be a failure and we're not going to be lovable. So sometimes we're aware of it, but quite often we're not. And these things hold us back, but we don't realize why. Sometimes it can be things like the fear that it may be dangerous for us to do something, because actually in our past we have done something similar and it ended up being dangerous for us. We did suffer from it. Or it can be, we can have unconscious sadness around these things because, again, it triggers something old in us. So these are roots to our procrastination that come from our past, that come from past traumas. And they are very, very valid reasons to procrastinate. So, what to do? How to get out of procrastination? So, I'm going to offer 3 directions according to the 3 reasons of why we procrastinate that I talked about. So if the first, and I think they are to be looked at one after another, and one of the things that I want to do in my blogs is that I want to invite you to actually press on pause and just try to answer the questions that I've just asked, so you can actually do the work right now with me instead of having to think, oh, I'll do that later. But actually, why not start now? So the first question to ask yourself is, okay, I've made this decision, I want to do this thing. For some reason, I just keep postponing, or I just keep finding excuses not to go into it. Why have I decided to make this, to do this thing? Why have I decided that this is the thing I want to do? What is leading me in my decision? Is it because everybody does it? Is it because I know that it's the logical way to do? Is it because I want to do these things because it's part of my principles and all of that? You can also ask yourself things like, in my decision, am I making it in a way that wants to reach perfection, that wants to be perfect? Am I looking at the how to do this thing according to what people tell me I should do, how I should do it. So just ask yourself, where is the drive in my decision? If the drive is here, well, then you need to get a little bit more involved into your decision to be able to follow through. If your drive is deeper and you're still procrastinating, well, then you can go on to the second question. Actually, even if the answer is that I'm driven here, well, you can still go on to the second question and think, okay, let's have a look at the other part of myself. How do they feel about my decision? So this is the second question I offer you to ask yourself. So I've made this decision, but there's something that is not working because I can't follow through and doing it. So let's have a look. How do I feel in the face of this decision at the level of my body? How do I feel with this decision? Do I feel tense? Do I feel forced? Or do I feel relaxed? Do I feel energy coming from it? How do I feel at the level of my sensibility? Do I feel some fears? Do I feel some anxiety or some sense of frustration? Or do I feel really cool, happy, enjoying, full of energy? How do I feel at the level of my mind? Do I feel that, yeah, this is definitely the right thing to do now? It's logical, it makes sense, that's what I want. Or do you feel that maybe there's something that is just not completely right, I don't completely agree with this? How do you feel in terms of deeply inside you, is this decision really making sense? Does it allow you to live, to realize your values, to realize your aspirations through this decision and implementing it? You can ask yourself, how does it fit with my environment, my material, financial environment, my time environment or time constraints, the people around me? And once you look at all these aspects, you might see that some of them are not green light. Some of them are red or orange light. And this is where you can revisit and be like, okay, my body is feeling exhausted just at the idea of starting this. Right. What does my body need to feel okay with this decision and implementing it? Maybe I need to take a 24 hours off for myself so that I can really rest before I start it. Maybe I need to start some physical activity to keep my energy a bit going, etc., etc. And it can be the same at another level. Finally, if you are still procrastinating after all your different levels are clean and happy and green lights, it may be that there's something deeper. And this is going to be linked to some past wounds, past traumas that you have, that you may not be consciously aware of. Now, this aspect, you need probably some help from a professional with it. But the good news is that there's something you can do already now. It's to be gentle with yourself, not to beat yourself because you're not implementing it, but to actually say, look, I can see there's something there I don't really catch. I don't really know what it is, but there's something there. I'm ready, or I may not be ready to look at it, but in any case, I respect the fact that I am being a bit blocked here. And yes, I want to do something so that I can implement this decision, but at the same time, it's okay. I have the right to have some, blockages and difficulties. It's so important to implement gentleness in our life and to nourish ourselves. So I really invite you to look at things you can do to nourish yourself in the frame of this decision, so that you can then be able to look at what is the issue, or actually you might find that you don't need to look at it, because by nourishing yourself, you're giving yourself the message that it's okay, you don't need to be scared. And then suddenly you find you're able to implement the decision you had decided, because suddenly you don't have this fear anymore deep inside you. So I hope that this will inspire you. I'm very happy to answer any questions you may have. I'll open the comment section. And well, I hope to see you soon. Bye.